This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, today marked day 2 of the trial for a Brewer man accused of shaking his 6-week-old baby to death.
Our A.J. Douglas has the latest.
Tuesday, the prosecution called members of the Maine State Major Crimes Unit to the stand. Jurors listened to several police interview recordings where Ronald Harding maintained his innocence.
Harding agreed to participate in a police reenactment where officers returned to the scene to analyze the circumstances that led to Jaden's death. Defense attorney William Ash says medical providers diagnosed Jaden's injuries without performing additional blood tests to rule out other diseases that could have been mitigating factors. They pointed out a previous case handled by Deputy Chief Medical Examiner Liam Fonte, where Fonte changed a cause of death after receiving additional information.
They made a monster out of Ronald Harding. But the real monster in this case is something that humans have been dealing with forever, which is disease.
The prosecution revealed graphic photos of the infant's brain following the autopsy. Fonte explained the bruising on the back of Jaden's head, outside of the ear, and bleeding in the brain could not have been caused by an accidental impact, but rather was caused by shaken impact syndrome.
The prosecution addressed Jaden's conflicting COVID-19 test results. Additional lab tests showed negative COVID-19 test results following Jaden's positive test while hospitalized. A neurologist previously testified that COVID-19 did not play a role in Jaden's death. In studio, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, the National Park Service is investigating vandalism in Acadia National Park. They're looking for the person who spray painted red paint along several trails. The graffiti consisted of red blazes spray painted on trees, rocks, and rock formations. They were sprayed on Spring, South Ridge, Penobscot East, and Deerbrook trails. Park officials say the paint could confuse visitors who should be following the blue blazes, which are maintained by the National Park Service. The staff is now working to remove that red paint. Those who have any information about the crimes are encouraged to submit an anonymous tip or call 207-288-8791.
In other news tonight, a Bradford resident has shared safety concerns about a local pond. Our David Ledford explains.
I'm concerned about a little kid getting killed.
Patrick Murray has been advocating for the town of Bradford to install fencing around a local retention pond. The body of water is located behind the Bradford town office, and while the area is frozen now, Murray says the pond stretches 19 feet deep.
They rent that town office almost every weekend to people from out of town that wouldn't be aware of the pond. The other thing is the ball field. There's a soccer field and a baseball field about 50 feet away.
The town voted not to install fencing back in 2016. But Murray says the issue needs to be brought to wider public attention. However, some town officials say the responsibility of safety does not fall to them.
I can see it's a concern. I mean, parents need to be parents and watch their children. I mean, that's the responsibility of a parent. The town itself cannot be a parent to everyone. We can do the best we can. There was a vote. We listened to the people.
Bradford Town Manager Watoria Stevens says that many community members are happy to leave the retention pond alone. But Murray says this is due to a lack of awareness.
I've talked to many people right in Bradford that don't even know this exists. The more people that know, the safer it is.
Bradford Selectman Julie McCarthy and Vice Chair for the Bradford Select Board, Errol Hansen, both said they were concerned about the safety of the pond, but declined to be filmed. Town officials say that an article about the pond will be published in their next newsletter. In Bradford, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine Speaker of the House, Rachel Talbot Ross, is taking part in a 2-day visit to Washington, D.C. Speaker Talbot Ross was invited to participate in a historic convening of black speakers from across the nation as part of Black History Month. During the meeting, the speakers discussed the critical work that they're doing in partnership with the Biden-Harris administration to deliver for working families in their respective states. According to the Maine Legislature's Office of the Speaker, Talbot Ross is a 9th-generation Mainer who's dedicated her career to public service and social justice. Talbot Ross is also the first black woman to serve as Speaker of the Maine House.
Well, a bill to include cats in Maine's animal trespass law was met with strong opposition on Monday. Introduced by Representative Victoria Dudera of Camden, she says the inclusion of cats would help preserve the wild bird population, which is currently declining.
This is really a problem. I mean, there are thousands of species of birds that are threatened. One of the biggest threats to birds, wild birds in the U.S., are cats. And cats kill over 1 billion birds.
Well, under current law, people can be fined $50 to $500 for letting pets wander onto other people's property. Dudera says there were a lot of questions from people who shelter or help feral cats. She says though her bill was rejected, she plans on talking to other organizations about how to improve it. She says this bill helps start a conversation on the importance of the health of these species.
Members of Maine's pharmacy industry took the floor on Tuesday morning to celebrate Pharmacy Day inside the Maine State House. Our Matthew Juroncic has the story.
This is a chance for us to say pharmacy's growing, changing, developing. The students now that
Students of Maine's pharmacy schools and the pharmacy community came together to celebrate Pharmacy Day inside the Maine State House.
We'd like our legislators to kind of have an idea of where what we're doing now and what they can do to support us as we support the state of Maine.
Husson University's student Olivia Moody and others are asking legislators to consider a bill allowing students to vaccinate anyone earlier in their training.
We would like to reduce that so we are able to get trained in the first year so people have better access to health care. We are able to let patients increase their accessibility when walking into a pharmacy, as well as reduce barriers.
Pharmacists and soon-to-be pharmacists were at the State House speaking to legislators on what they believe should be mentioned on the floor.
I feel like I'm making a big difference. I feel like advocating, talking to the legislators have allowed me to really voice my opinion, voice why this is important and what we're changing.
Penobscot Community Healthcare Executive Clinical Director Frank McGrady wants people to know how much the pharmacy industry has grown.
This gives us a chance to say, hey, ask me about what I do now. Ask me where pharmacy is now. Ask me how pharmacy can help our healthcare system, especially where we're losing so many of our doctors. We're not getting as many in the state of Maine. Pharmacy can play a big piece of that.
Maine Pharmacy Association's Executive Director Amy Downing says this is the first time in 3 years the event has been held in the Hall of Flags.
Through the pandemic, pharmacists really stepped up to the plate when it came to providing immunizations and providing some care. Pharmacists are a key player in community health care.
In Augusta, Matthew Juroncic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, with the ongoing winter storm posing hazardous driving conditions for the evening commute, Governor Janet Mills directed all state offices closed at 3 o'clock today. She said, quote, "I urge all Maine people who are traveling to please do so cautiously, and please be sure to give space to our plow drivers and emergency first responders who are working to keep us safe. State offices will resume normal operations tomorrow." Certainly something to keep in mind for your evening commute. Hopefully there won't be as many people on the road.
Absolutely, yeah. And you can't be careful enough whenever there's any kind of inclement weather out there, and it is going to be ongoing, it sounds like, for a while.
Well, speaking of the weather, let's get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Our first weather is brought to you by Zolke. Since 2018, Zolke Tree Service has been providing top-notch arborist services to the greater Bangor region. Our reputation for quality and commitment to customer satisfaction speaks for itself. See for yourself and give us a call today. Wow, okay, all right. We do have some snow on the way, and it is falling right now. Temperatures, of course, are below freezing, so everything is sticking. Roads are in pretty poor shape, so be careful out there, folks. And a heavier band of snow is just outside of town. It's actually starting to creep its way into town right now, and that's going to continue to happen overnight tonight. So get ready, more snow on the way. And look at these visibilities. We have around half a mile visibility here in town. That means some moderate to even heavy snow in the region. Most of us actually have visibilities less than a mile, so this is some pretty moderate to even heavy snow at times. So get ready. Poor conditions, especially on the roads and sidewalks, are pretty much here. We do have some winter weather advisories in effect till around 9 a.m. on Wednesday, and those winter storm warnings in effect till 4 a.m. on Wednesday. They have been extended a little bit farther north into Augusta, into Waterville, but not quite reaching here into town, as most of the heavier bands of snow will be just slightly south of us. But overall, though, we will all get in on some snow. Tonight, though, temperatures will continue to cool off, and we'll continue to have some snow in the region. Beth and Peter?
All right. Well, not looking too cold overnight, so at least that's a plus there.
That's a plus, yeah, for sure. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, the Bangor Rotary Club holds a discussion focused on the ongoing homelessness crisis.
And United Cerebral Palsy of Maine will repair an important piece of equipment thanks to a new donation. Those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Get ready. The Orange event at Ashley is coming soon. For 3 days only, shop in-store or online for the biggest event of the year. Or shop now with financing options for every budget. The Orange event is happening March 10th through the 12th, only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store, Ashley.
Are you tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters.
Taylor Events and Equipment Rental in Bangor for all your wedding and events, tents, tables, chairs, and more. Also, see us for your home project equipment rentals. Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor.
I got hurt in a car accident, and I've got some questions. Can a lawyer start working on my case for no money up front? Could I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the Twos and let's talk about your case.
I called the Twos, and Lowry & Associates got me $300,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Find meaningful work in direct care, like Justin, who works with people who are brain injured in a residential care facility.
Make sure you're compatible, because if you're going to be a DSP, you want to do it because you want to and enjoy it, not for a job. The right personality and character traits, in my opinion, to be a DSP is kind, caring, outgoing, and understanding.
Visit mainjobs.care/WFVX to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
Pat's Pizza in Holden is not just a restaurant that serves delicious food and pizza. They also have an adjacent party and event room. Consider having your birthday or office party at Pat's Pizza. They have indoor golf, a pro shop, and a beautiful 9-hole golf course. Pat's Pizza, Holden.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. A Bangor City Councilor voiced his thoughts about an important public issue during a Bangor Rotary Club meeting. Jonathan Sprague spoke about homelessness in Bangor this Tuesday, not as a councilor, but rather as a concerned citizen. The talk was hosted by the Bangor Rotary Club, where Sprague is also a member. During the meeting, he spread awareness by highlighting the complexity of the issue.
A lot of people see people who are in the encampments around town and say, oh, well, that's our homelessness. So the idea that homelessness is one-dimensional is really not true at all. It has many, many facets.
Sprague stressed that homelessness can often be a silent struggle faced by many. And while he did not speak on behalf of the council, he did say that the city is implementing several strategies to address the issue.
Meanwhile, a recent donation from the Knights of Columbus will enable the United Cerebral Palsy of Maine's Elizabeth Levinson Center to repair the liner of its therapy pool, making it available for use once again. The Knights of Columbus councils all over Maine put on a Tootsie Roll drive, officially titled the Campaign for People with Intellectual Disabilities. Now, the drive allows them to collect donations while offering a Tootsie Roll in return to donors. They then made donations to help the center provide care to medically fragile children and young adults with significant cognitive and medical needs. The nonprofit has benefited by the generosity of the Knights of Columbus before, including paying for the installation of the therapy pool years ago. So nice to see that that is available once again to them.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
very cool. It's a basic but a cool way to get donations. And
Yeah.
who doesn't love a little
candy.
Tootsie Roll? Yeah, something to take home, but for doing your part.
Nothing wrong with a little something sweet here and there.
Absolutely. We love that.
Alrighty, well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll take a look into Uncle Henry's Swap and Sell booklet, where Maine bargain hunters have been finding deals for decades.
And in sports, Orono Boys Hoops gets ready for their first gold ball game since 1996. We'll hear from the team about the big game right after the break.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow.
The quickest turnaround in the business, the Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Bucksport Regional Health Center has cared for the community for almost 50 years. We are trusted and compassionate providers. We have also given thousands of COVID-19 vaccines because the COVID-19 vaccine is very safe, very effective, and your best shot at protecting yourself from COVID. Trust us. Trust the vaccine. Protect yourself. Take your shot against COVID-19.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day early with Irish folk singer Karen Casey coming to the Gracie Theatre Saturday, March 4th.
In the morning we built the city, in the afternoon walk through its streets.
Karen Casey blends contemporary and traditional Irish music in a concert tour you don't want to miss.
Oh, sweetly the apple.
Karen Casey celebrating her Irish heritage at the Gracie Theatre Saturday, March 4th. For tickets, call 941-7888 or go to gracietheatre.com.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and zero compromises. Just go to anthemmainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for zero extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with zero compromises for you and your wallet.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Ansley Moore, a realtor since 2013, working throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. On Saturday, Orono boys basketball heads down to the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland. They're getting ready to take on Oceanside in the program's first gold ball game since 1996. The Red Riots won the B-North Regional Final on Saturday at the Cross Center. They defeated Ellsworth, who they beat them by about 30 in last year's final. Now, Orono had not beaten the Eagles in years either. So redemption was on their mind, especially the way their season went. With their 3 losses, including one against Ellsworth, John Baptist, and Old Town, many believe they didn't have what it took to win the North, but for them, it was all about sticking together.
Really just staying together as a team, staying together as a unit, game planning, making sure we're doing everything that we need to be able to go in and at least compete. And, you know, we do a lot of winning. So
I just remember the last time we played Old Town, lost that game. Coach looks at us and said, this could be the last loss of you guys' season. I mean, after that game, it was a little touchy. So we all took that to heart, and we worked 10 times harder.
Have not won a gold ball since 1981, so for this to be the year would mean everything to the team as a culmination of years being teammates and as a way to repay their community for all of the support.
It would be amazing. Bringing that gold ball home, I'm sure Orono would be out there for us, waiting for us to get back here. It would just feel amazing to finally put another year up on that poster up there that wasn't 42 years ago.
All right, good luck to them on Saturday. Let's stay on the hardwood now as the America East women's basketball season wrapped up over the weekend. The conference's yearly awards were announced on Tuesday. And for the second straight year, Maine has the conference's Player of the Year. This year, sophomore Adriana Smith won the nod. Addie had an unbelievable season. She led the conference in scoring with 18.5 points per game, also in rebounding with 9.5 boards per game across the whole season. She led in double-doubles, notching her 15th this past weekend. And when you talk in-conference play, the conference stats, she's the first player in 29 years to average over 20 points and 10 boards a game against America East competition. Good luck to them as they start their playoffs on Wednesday night. That's all the time we have for sports. Here is your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Our main weather today is brought to you by Blue Alpaca, the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store. Visit our ranch and meet the alpacas or shop in our store in downtown Belfast. All right, folks. Look at this. It looks like a Christmas tree outside. We do have some winter weather advisories, even all the way up to Millinocket and just north, not quite reaching the northern part of our state. But look what's happening just down in our pretty much downtown. Winter storm warnings, folks. Yes, a lot of snow is happening right now and is going to continue into those overnight hours. So please, take it easy, drive a little bit slow, and be careful out there as roads are in pretty bad shape. Look at this heavier band of snow pretty much in the Augusta region right now, just about to move into our region. So get ready. This is going to continue to pick up. Snowfall rates will be pretty much at the heavy range, so visibilities will be close to a quarter of a mile or less in some spots. Even Boston got a taste of some snow. I have a buddy that lives just outside of Boston. He said not much is accumulating because temperatures are slightly above freezing. For us, though, that is not the case. We are well below freezing. Everything is accumulating that is falling. So tonight we're going to have some snow. By tomorrow morning, things start to clear up. And then again, another round of snow does move in late Wednesday night into the day on Thursday, possibly even mixing with a little bit of rain during the day on Thursday, but most of this will be more on the snow event. So how much is to come? So we're looking at an additional maybe 2, 3, 4 inches of snow here in town before all said and done, and then the next storm does arrive pretty much throughout the day on Thursday. We're looking at a little bit less snow than what we have with this one, and it gets very interesting by next weekend. By Saturday into Sunday, we might have another stronger storm on the way. Winds are a bit on the breezy end right now. They were a bit more breezier not that long ago. Now we only have an 8-mile-an-hour wind speed, 13 in Bar Harbor, 14 in Rockland. Mind you, this is just sustained winds, so wind gusts are closer to 25 to even 30 miles an hour in some spots, so it is blowing all of that snow around. Look at these temperatures, though. D.C., wow, it feels like summer day, 62 degrees, and then on the northern end, New York City, only in the 30s. They actually had a little bit of snow as well. Temperatures here in town, though, like I said, below freezing. We're hovering at around 28 degrees, so whatever is falling is sticking around. Same story right by the coast. Tonight, it's going to get a little bit colder. Temperatures will be in those lower 20s. We're looking at snow picking up in intensity and then moving out by the early morning hours tomorrow. As temperatures really rise later on, we're actually going to see peaks of sunshine later in the day on Wednesday. And temperatures, check that out, 38 degrees. Wow, close to 40 degrees by tomorrow. Our extended forecast outlook does show another round of snow on Thursday, possibly mixing with some rain. Temperatures around 35. We clear up by Friday, and another chance of snow moves in by Saturday. Beth and Peter?
All righty, Conrad.
Well, at the very least, some warmer temperatures than we've been used to this last few days.
Overnight's still looking pretty chilly, so
yes,
not a lot of melting going on in the near future.
Not a whole lot. That's
all righty. Well, there is still more to come. Stay with us.
Ever notice how stiff clothes can feel rough on your skin? For softer clothes that are gentle on your skin, try Downy Free and Gentle. Downy will soften your clothes without dyes or perfumes. The towel washed with Downy is softer and gentler on your skin. Try Downy Free and Gentle.
It is said,
that the eyes are the windows into the soul, which begs the question, can a window have a soul? At Renewal by Andersen, we think so. When it's a window forged from fabrics and over 100 years of refined craftsmanship, the essence of who we are transforms into a superior, stunningly beautiful window. So yes, a window can have a soul. For a limited time, take advantage of this great offer. Find out why we are the better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Mossy Ledge Spirits is a true hidden gem in Etna. Located just 3 miles off I-95, exit 167, we are home to tastings, tours, cocktails, to-go drinks, bottles, live music, minis, and priceless memories. You're sure to fall in love with our handcrafted, unique, and deliciously clean-tasting spirits and feel right at home in our family-friendly environment. Mossy's Mobile Spirits is offering mobile bar service for weddings and large events. So enjoy some pizza and raise the glass here at Mossy Ledge Spirits.
Tonight, the damaging winds, tornadoes, snow, and ice. The severe weather on the move and leaving a path of destruction. We're tracking it all. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Welcome back. Uncle Henry's is something of a Maine staple. The swap and sell booklet is filled with antiques, gadgets, and other items Mainers didn't know they wanted or even needed. As Jody Hersey tells us, bargain hunters everywhere love scouring the book's pages for those hard-to-find treasures.
I think like anything else, I mean, you've got that Yankee ingenuity. We've got to recycle things.
What better place to find Maine creativity at work than the bargain paradise that exists within the pages of the Uncle Henry's publication? This weekly black and white booklet, started by a man named Henry Fowler in 1970, is filled with hundreds of items for sale, trade, or even free for the taking.
Free for the taking. And it's always been a very popular category. So, it could be anything. I have a couch on the side of the road I want to get rid of. I just put it in free for the taking. Sometimes you'll see barn cats, those kinds of things. I've got firewood. I cut down 3 trees. They're sitting on the side of the lot. I need to get rid of them. You want to come get them, you can have them.
Those who peruse Uncle Henry's will also come across things they never expected.
So we've had coffins and burial plots, which are kind of a weird, morbid thing to talk about selling, but it happens. You've got, anything that comes out from somebody's estate, any kind of oddball type of thing.
Kevin Webb, president of Uncle Henry, says there's only one rule when it comes to this swap and sell publication. All items listed must be legal. Whether you enjoy the tangible book or even the online version, Webb says the premise of the publication still rings true today.
So we want there to be, both on the print and the online, we want there to be that experience of hunting for something, of searching for something, like going to a yard sale.
In Augusta, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And finally tonight, the National Park Service will close certain trails in Acadia National Park starting tomorrow to help ensure the success of peregrine falcon nesting. The Park Service will temporarily close areas including Jordan Cliffs Trail, Precipice Trail, and Valley Cove Trail effective March 1 until further notice to protect peregrine falcons from potential human disturbance or harassment during that crucial nesting period. Research shows nesting peregrine falcons are especially vulnerable to human activity, which can disturb the adults and make them less attentive to the eggs or chicks. That can lead to temporary or permanent abandonment of the nest by the adults, leaving chicks like the one you see on your screen susceptible to hypothermia, starvation, and predation. There are signs at trailheads and trail junctions around the closed areas indicating where public entry is no longer allowed. The closed areas will reopen once park resource managers have determined if the falcon nesting attempts were successful or not. And that is a beautiful, beautiful bird right there on your screen.
It really is.
Yeah.
Very floofy, which we love, obviously.
The baby fuzz.
Yeah, nothing like a baby animal to just kind of cheer us up, I think, a little bit.
Right.
But no, it's great to see that they're taking these measures into account and doing everything that we can to protect these animals.
When we hear about these closures annually, and just having that visual reminder of what you're protecting is so important.
It really is.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC7, take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.